So the key thing here is Lee Sin is ganking the bottom lane, right? But he doesn't have the red buff on him. And looking at the minimap, we can tell that this is up. So what we're going to do is, while Lee Sin is down here, we're going to make him pay for it by heading into the other jungle. We're low on health, and there's a bit of a risk here because I pass through this red area here, and I run the risk of Wukong collapsing on me as I head towards red. So I keep an eye on the top lane, and if Wukong does not show back in lane, I know that he's coming after me at the red buff, and I gotta get the hell out of there or I'm gonna die. Luckily, this top laner is not that map aware. He's only looking out for ganks against himself. He didn't see me cross this red area to go steal the enemy red buff. So this is multiple layers at work here. One, we saw the Lee Sin ganking bottom with our red buff while we knew the red buff's up because, you know, we see on the minimap that it's up. As we cross over, we pass through this red vision area. Wukong could have seen us and came after us, but he failed to notice us. But nonetheless, we're still aware of him coming down here, so it's cautious. I only go in here to take the red buff because I see Wukong forcing the push up top. Now Nasus is pinging for help, but I don't really give a shit about this right now because I want to be counter jungling the enemy Lee Sin with whatever chance I get. If I go back to gank top, we might not get the kill on Wukong, and you know, Nasus is in no position to kill him either, and we don't get the red buff this way. So we get the red buff, we go back out, right? Now Lee Sin does not know that his red buff got taken. So I'm seeing him walk away here. We're seeing him leave the mid lane here, and I'm thinking, okay, there's a possibility that he might try to do his topside jungle, right? As a Lee Sin, he prefers the red buff or the blue buff. The blue buff is gone already anyway, so he expects that his red buff should be up, and he's probably going to go for it. He doesn't know that I've taken it. So now what I'm doing is I'm heading towards the camps that I expect he'll be going for, which is he's going to be coming into the topside jungle, looking for the red buff. He'll find that it's not up, and he'll try to go for Raptors or Krugs. I see Raptors is already gone, so I'm guessing, okay, he's probably going for Krugs. And now I thought he hadn't recalled, I thought he'd gone straight, so I ghosted here, and oh, you know, whatever, he didn't, he's not here. But he's coming to, you see this right here, he came back expecting his red buff to be here. And this is kind of the play that we were looking to counter from the moment that we saw him heading back here. We got the red buff earlier, we recalled, we're back at full HP, we're on the top side of the map. We know that Lee Sin wants to head back into his topside jungle to get the red buff. It's already gone here, and he's going to be on the top side of the jungle. He comes over the wall, and we're like, oh, it's Lee Sin, but he doesn't have red buff. We've got the advantage here because we've got to jump on him, and I get most of my damage out, and he's forced to retreat. He doesn't have his ultimate by the looks of it. Yeah, he doesn't have his ultimate, and this is where he makes a mistake. He could have gotten away cleanly here, but I'm guessing, you know, he lost his red buff. He's kind of tilted right now. He really wants these Krugs. He thinks I'm walking away, lure him back in. He thinks he can at least get the Krugs, and he dies. So this play began way back when we saw Lee Sin ganking the bottom lane with the red buff, and thus followed up by us going in to steal the enemy red buff, despite the fact that our top lane is asking for help, while keeping an eye on the enemy top lane to see if it's coming after us. And then when we went back and we recalled, we once again headed to the top side of the jungle, keeping an eye on the enemy Lee Sin making his moves from the mid lane. We saw the gank here that failed. He went back to base. Now he's coming towards the top side. We knew that he would come towards the side of the jungle. We weren't sure exactly where he would go, but we knew he would come towards the side of the jungle, so we hung around the top side, tried to take advantage by counter jungling, and we ran into him as he came up top side, got the kill. So there is a large layer of uncertainty around this, as we don't know exactly which camp Lee Sin will attempt to visit first, but we just know that he's going to go towards the top side of the jungle at fairly soon, because we saw him in the bottom lane with the red buff, and that's where this whole play began. If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to the channel, follow on Twitter, and check out the video links on either side. Leave a comment about the kind of content you'd like to see in future videos, and check out the Patreon link if you'd like to support this channel directly.